Today we feel this journey is not about learning fast English. It is not about a difficult grammatical rules or weak, confusing words. This journey is about understanding how people really learn a language, not how schools say we learn, not how exam test us, but how learning is literally inside the human brain. If you feel slow, English learn. English learn. If you uh, if you if you feel slow, English. If you feel भैंस की आँख. If you feel slow, if you feel slow learning English, if you feel that you understand English but speaking feels hard, if you if you feel frustrated, tired or confused, please know this first. You are not alone. You are not alone. Many learners all the world fear exactly on the same way. And today we are going to understand why this happened and what can do about it. I will explain everything using very simple English. I will speak slowly. I will repeat important ideas many times. Yes, repetition is part of learning. You do not need to take notes. You do not no need to study. You do not need to memorize anything. Just listen, relax, and little brain work. Because listening itself already learning. Now let's begin. So let's start with one of most important ideas in language learning. This idea is called input. Input means language you receive. It is the language enters your brain. When you listen to English, that is input. When you read English, that is input. When English goes into your mind through your ears or your eyes, that is input. Input like a food for the brain. Yes, food. If your body does not get food, it becomes weak. It cannot grow. It cannot stay healthy. In the same way, if your brain does not receive language, it cannot learn English. So let me say very clearly, without input, language learning is impossible. You can study grammar rules, you are memorizing long list memory, you can read many courses without real input. Without hearing and reading real language, your brain has nothing real to work with. Speaking does not come first. Listening comes first. Reading comes first. Always. Many learners want to speak immediately. They say, I want to practice speaking. I want to talk now. This feeling is natural. Of course, you want to speak, but speaking is world something deeper. Speaking is a built on listening. You cannot build a house without a foundation. The foundation is the strong base under the house. Input the foundation of language learning. Without a strong foundation, the house will fall. So now let's talk about a special kind of input. This kind of input is very important. It is called comprehensible input. Comprehensible meet understand means understand, not perfect, not complete, but understandable. Comprehensible input in English the chief mostly understand. You do not understand every word. You do not every word understand every sentence, but you understand the message. You understand what is happening. You understand the main idea. If English to feel war, if English too difficult, if you're lost or confused, God input in the mirror. You understand maybe 60 or 70%. Some words are new. Some sentence feels strange, but you can still follow the story. You can still understand the situation. This is where learning really happening. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine are you watching short video. A man comes home work. He takes off his shoes. He sits on the sofa. He closes his eyes. The speaker says he was he was exhausted after work. Maybe you do not word exhausted, but you see the man. You see the that he looks the tired. Then the speaker says, so he want to bed early. Now you weren't connecting everything. Man looks like tired. Man wakes bed early. So nobody explained the word. Nobody translated in your brain. Learn into this is learn. This is real learning. When you receive lot of confidential input, your brain starts to notice pattern. Pattern are things that repeat again and again and again. For example, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm late, I'm ready. You did not study a rule. You did not write anything down, but your brain noticed that I'm comes before feeling condition. This is how our grammar grows naturally, quietly. Children learn language like this. They listen all day. They hear patterns again and again and again. And they do not ask what is the rule. Adults can learn like this too, but many adults do not trust this process. They think learning must feel hard. Hard. They think learning must be painful. They think if something feels easy, not real learning. But is this not true? What is this not? Learning can be gentle. Learning can be slow. Learning can be natural. So, so let's talk about another important idea. This idea is called frequency. Frequency means how often something happens. Once lesson a week is not enough. One podcast week is not enough. The brain forgets. The brain needs reminders. The brain needs regular contact with language. Daily listening is powerful. Even 10 minutes a day helps. So daily listening better than long listening. Once a week quietly matters. Quantity means amount. You need a lot of English. Not perfect, not difficult English, but a lot of understandable English. If you listen every day, even when you feel bored, even when you feel tired, your brain is working. You may not feel progress, but progress is happening quietly. Quietly, one day you suddenly understand more. One day a sentence comes out easily. That moment did not come from nowhere. It came from input, from repetition, from time. Pseudonomers root speaking feed your brain first. Learn Many learners think language learning works like a machine. First, you learn a rule, then use the rule, then you speak correctly. But language does not grow like a machine. Language grows like a living thing, like a plan. You can't force it. You can't not control every step. The brain builds its own internal system. This system is inside you. You cannot see it. You can't touch it. Your brain does not copy sentence exactly. It's built it once all version of English. This version is not perfect. It is not native English. It is your English, and your English today is not English tomorrow. It's changing. It is growing. Yeah. Many learners hate mistakes. They feel embarrassed. They feel ashamed. They say, I don't want to speak because I make mistakes. But mistakes are not random. But mistakes are not maintenance. Mistakes are systematic. For example, many learners says he go to work every day. This is not correct English. But this mistake tells us important something. The learner understand the sentence. The learner is communicating. The learner does not added this yet. With more input, the brain update the system. Later, the learner start to say, he goes to work every day. Grammar grows this way slowly, naturally. Rules expand language, but input builds language. Yeah, many learners believe that silence means failure. They think, if I don't speak, I'm not learning. But silence is often a stage of learning. Understanding comes before speaking. Children often listen for months before speaking. No one worries about them. Adults worry too much. If you are quiet, it does not mean you are slow. It does not or bad English. It means your brain is preparing for English. So my friends, trust the process. Trust listening, trust repetition, trust time. Your English not broken, it's becoming. This is exactly how language are learned. Thank you so much for giving me your time, and this class is over today, right now.